When it comes to influence, few anime and manga rival the scope, scale, and longevity of Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, and by extension Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, or even One Piece. However, in the past few years, I truly believe that Jujutsu Kaisen is one of a kind. Now, before you jump me in the comment section, let me plead my case fully, please. If you still don't agree with my conclusion by the end of the video, then feel free to tear me a new one. For starters, I don't think JJK is on the level of something like Dragon Ball. That's not what I was going for in the intro, and I'm not that delusional. Toriyama's magnum opus brought anime to the forefront of popularity almost entirely on its own, and kids have been trying to do Kamehamehas and turn Super Saiyan since its inception. Granted, Jujutsu Kaisen has only been out for a handful of years in an era with endless competition, while Dragon Ball was a giant fish in a nearly empty pond. But taking that away from Dragon Ball is like JJK fans saying Sukuna would have lost without the 10 Shadows because it isn't part of his arsenal. Okay, that one you can argue about in the comments right this moment if you want. What I want to talk about more narrowly is the impact that Sorcery Fight has had on the internet culture in the last few years, more specifically since season 2 of the anime started airing. When we want to quantify or measure a concept such as cultural influence, usually we're going to want to take a look at more than just numbers. So while yes, JJK sold a bajillion copies of the manga, 10 trillion Blu-rays, 5 bajillion merch, and had a compilation movie of the anime make a jujillion bucks even though there was like 1 minute of new content, I don't think that does a good job at painting a proper picture. So naturally, I'm gonna segue to celebrities. Are you less intelligent if you're obsessed with celebrities and follow every single one of their accounts, like and comment on their posts, and even reply to their stories, thinking Cristiano Ronaldo is actually going to message you back? Some would say that. But unironically, celebrities often either reflect the popular trends at the time or create their own. So when you see Bruno Mars posing with a JJK volume, Jungle Book from BTS talking about JJK on a live, or this footballer doing certain hand signs as goal celebrations, and Megan Thee Stallion including Jujutsu Kaisen characters in one of her songs, cosplaying as Sukuna, and even publicly thirsting over Gojo to her 33 million Instagram followers, I have not seen motion like this in a long time. Celebrities aren't the end-all be-all. Megan is probably a real fan, but Bruno Mars pretty clearly just posed for that picture under the instructions of the photographer. The fact that JJK is being propped up alongside a Pikachu hat and a Hello Kitty plushie is still high praise, and the fact that it has even made it in those circles is kind of fascinating. Seriously, I'm going to mention Dragon Ball a lot in this video since I think it's the gold standard, but Dragon Ball is the one that I see referenced a lot by celebrities. So to see JJK kind of in that same tier, I think is only a positive for it. Now, while that's nice and all, I don't actually care about what celebrities think, since most of the time they're just jumping on an already popular thing rather than being genuinely into it. What I care more about is all the fans that actually give this series its unprecedented motion. Unironically, JJK has affected internet culture, especially meme culture, in ways that I don't see fizzling out for a long time. Let's bring up some examples. Drake versus Kendrick. Okay. Look, I'm being deadass here. Don't laugh. If you laugh, you lose, okay? When Drake and Kendrick had their legendary feud and Screwface Jean bought like 7 houses with the ad rev money, what do you think was the first wave of fan art that represented the beef? Was it Naruto? Maybe it was Dragon Ball. Hunter x Hunter? It's JJK, it's always JJK. I'm not joking. When I first saw this image during that time, that's kind of when I knew that Jujutsu Kaisen is something special. To have one of the biggest rap beefs personified in various JJK panels that all fit so damn well, it's amazing. I mean, come on, Not L on YouTube made a whole ass animation for this, and of course it's JJK.
They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs.
I mean, let's just look at some of the fan edits. You've got this beautiful piece by Bliss Studios depicting the start of the battle. My one critique is that Kendrick is Gojo in this one, and we all know how that one pans out. Post-domain battle though, it's all Kendrick. The A minor bar into a gut punch, and Kendrick dog-walking Drake like Yuji did Mahito, only to cap it off with what I think started it all, "You were magnificent, Drake." A million different edits, all JJK moments used to perfectly encapsulate Kendrick packing Drake up. Seriously, I don't think I ever saw a version that had Drake winning in the slightest. To name something more recent, if you've been around comic book Twitter semi-regularly, you've probably seen a lot of agenda posting by Wanda and Jean Grey fans. I don't know why that happened, but all I know is that Baby Franklin has come around and outscaled both of them and has sent the internet into a frenzy. Guess which series is being used to slander Wanda and Jean? Yeah, it's JJK. From the 120% panel to the 3-way domain, and of course the classic Stand Proud panel. It's all JJK all the way down. I especially love this round of JJK edits because one of them is a literal child, so whenever you see Jean or Wanda fully powered up and rearing to fight, this smug little sat there going goo goo gaga and still somehow winning. And look, I love my Dokkan Battle videos, okay?
Oh yes! Vegito! Woo! Oh my god, he just explodes onto the screen.
Why the my Goat to Truth DT has got a thumbnail fully referencing the 120% panel? It's not even just the truth. I was randomly scrolling through the Marvel Rivals subreddit, and the first thing I see is this masterpiece. Where does it end? The answer is nowhere. No matter what corner of the internet you go to, at some point you will probably run into a meme that is either directly based off of JJK or one that was popularized by Lobotomy Kaisen. That's a whole nother video. The most famous image of Lobotomy Kaisen, Potential Man, isn't even technically one that originated from JJK. It's a basketball meme, I think, from the r/NBA subreddit. It's just that the JJK version had such a perfect subject and managed to resonate with not only the JJK fandom, but every other fandom, to the point where you can routinely see Potential Man memes to this day. From Dragon Ball versions to Naruto versions to even more modern series like Kagurabachi, you can't escape it. Don't even get me started on the Gnawed Wind panel, I still see a different variant of it in my dreams. We've seen the examples, but why JJK? Demon Slayer has like doubled the manga sales and is still getting regular anime adaptations, yet I personally never see anything close to JJK in the cultural zeitgeist. This isn't a knock on Demon Slayer, by the way, Gege even directly referenced it in Jujutsu Kaisen. I think that Gege is good at a lot of things, but for a lack of a better word, he's really good at creating aura in his panels and characters. I hate the word aura because it's become a meme at this point, and anytime someone mentions it unironically in their blue checkmark JJK hate thread on Twitter, I lose like 4 IQ points, and then by now I'm like negative 30,000. But a lot of the panels that routinely get passed around all unironically just have aura. Yuji and Todo staring Mahito down as the three of them achieve 120% of their potential oozes character and excitement. It peaks in terms of hype, while the Gnawed Wind panel has become the ultimate meme. Even the more serious and meaningful panels like You're Strong are used both in purely comedic but also genuinely poetic contexts. Outside of JJK, and Gege really, it's the fans, isn't it? The incredibly talented artists that create phenomenal fan art and fan animations of the goofy stuff. And of course the countless shitposters that create the memes in the first place and post them on TikTok, Twitter, or Instagram. All these variables come together in this perfect storm, and what we're left with is a constant stream of entertainment that I hope continues beyond just Season 3. I don't think JJK will reach the level of Dragon Ball. Times have changed and there's so many great shows that come out every year, all battling for the viewer's attention, so perhaps it won't achieve that same longevity. What I do think though is that JJK has managed to firmly plant itself in the Hall of Fame of anime and manga, and I don't think that is contestable. But maybe you feel a different way. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Yo, it's me, Alon Z. I've come here to tell you that I've been sat in a Discord call with Orion for like the last 7 hours, and he's been struggling to get this 8-minute video done. He ended up cutting it down to below 8 minutes, and if you know how YouTube works and the fact that, you know, obviously you want Orion to get paid, right? You kind of needed to extend the video a bit, so I offered to help out and fill this last segment with a load of random waffle in order to stretch the video out to 8 minutes. And I'm hoping he's given up actually listening to this part of the recording so I can plug my own channel. Let's go, everyone go subscribe to Alon Z, the most goated content creator in the history of anime YouTube. Alright, thanks for watching this mediocre video. See you in a bit.